Right, England have beaten Switzerland on penalties. I'm in dreamland. I'm in Gareth Southgate dreamland. Unbelievable. Trent, the hero of the winning penalty against the Swiss. And of course, Bukayo Saka. That inside shot, the Iron Robin. Bukayo Saka, trademark effort on his left foot. Breaks Switzerland's 1-0 lead. We're going to talk about all the big moments and obviously where it leaves England, at least the very minimum, the 4th best side in Euro 2024, and hopefully a side that are able to go on and beat either Turkey or the Dutch and get to the final against the Spanish or the French. Leave your comments down below on who you think will win between England, the Dutch / Turkey. The first half, I thought England were really, really strong. It was the best 45 minutes England have had this tournament in terms of knocking the ball around, in terms of Phil Foden coming into that half space and keeping it simple. The little ball over to Bukayo Saka on the inside of Phil Foden's foot was absolutely outrageous. And Saka gets the ball across and it never looked like it was executed. It was good build-up play from England, probably the best in the tournament. But there was some aspect to it where the end product never looked like it was quite clicking. It never looked like it was quite working. And yeah, I thought really it was the best 45 minutes. But again, there was a lack of shots on target. 0 shots on target until Bukayo Saka got that the equalising goal from the Swiss. Second half, England lost belief. I think England looked fatigued. I think the pressing system from England, you have to give massive credit to England and the players, because on some level, they have a lot of belief in Gareth Southgate. Players are the easiest people in the world, football players. Once they don't believe in a system, they'll just stop working hard. Whatever you say about Gareth Southgate, these England players are playing for Gareth Southgate, maybe just themselves, because they're running through brick walls. They're running so much. The pressing was really good today, and the Swiss are good on the ball. And when England had the ball, they're playing against a back 5. So on some level, I don't bemoan England not being able to get a shot on target. It's just the idea that we have to go 1-0 down to see the urgency and the belief that England clearly, have. But why do we have to be 1-0 down to see that? That's the frustration as an England fan, because it feels like it's like Slovakia all over again. And you don't want to be a side that's perennially losing 1-0 games and trying to, jinx it in the final 10 minutes. It's crazy. So we have to talk about the Swiss. The ball comes across. Stones kind of pokes it with his foot into Mbolo. Great little kind of finish from him, and he was fantastic all game. His hold-up play was exceptional. His quality on the ball. He's doing a lonely job, because at points it was a 5-4-1 from Switzerland. So it was a very, very lonely, isolated role for Mbolo. He did very, very well. Scores that goal, and I actually thought it was over, because the Swiss, far better than the Slovakians, far more quality, better manager, better system, more experience. They shouldn't really. There'll be Swiss fans out there thinking, well, how have we lost this game? Because you're being 1-0 up with 20 minutes to go. They shouldn't be losing. It's different with Slovakia. It's a little bit different, but then Slovakia took us to the 90th minute. So I don't know how to explain how bad we were in those 20 minutes. We conceded the goal. Building up to it, we were so deep. Our build-up play was so flat. It was lacking all creativity, lacking all imagination, all ideas. And then bang, Bukayo Saka scores that goal out of absolutely nowhere. And it's felt all tournament that this Bukayo Saka that we've seen for England has been doing a job off the ball, works hard. And then on some level, he's never really had that space to shoot and space to curl them in. And he's been doing it. His goal record for Arsenal in the last 5 years is absolutely incredible. And that's why he's complaining about being a left back, because he can do that when he tucks in on his left foot. He's a special player. And because I've not seen it enough this tournament, I was definitely sat there thinking he's got to be a left wing back and a back 5. And what do I know? Because Gareth Southgate kept him up there, kept him on the right wing. He was battling all game. I'm looking at the highlights now. Battling all game, physical, aggressive. And then he scores that goal that really hasn't really had that kind of effort all tournament. Let's be honest. He's not really had that kind of shot all tournament. He's been doing a lot of work on his right foot and a lot of defensive work. No question about that. He scores the goal. He scores so many similar for Arsenal. And at that point, I just knew it was over. Momentum is so big in tournament football, knockout football. And I just thought, honestly, it's completely over for the Swiss, because I thought the penalty system for England, it just looked so right. The timing of who was taking what penalties. Of all the players you want to take that winning penalty, I mean, Ivan Toney, calm as you like, just buried it against Sommer. When you have a penalty that confident, especially when they've missed one in the first penalty they took, you've got so much confidence and belief. And then giving Trent the winning penalty. I was saying to Rory on the club, I said to him, let's be real, Trent has had bigger moments than this in his career. Ivan Toney's probably the biggest moment of his life. You know, Saka, big moment for him, of course. But Trent's had such experience at the highest level for the biggest club arguably in the country behind Man United that actually, when you put him on the fifth penalty, it's a breeze. And he just puts his technique into play, puts his foot through the ball, and it was a beautiful penalty to win us, which is a rare penalty win for England. And Gareth Southgate, again, whatever you say about Gareth Southgate, he has dispelled a massive part of the penalty curse for England. England's first ever penalty knockout win in World Cup football came under Gareth Southgate. One of the rare wins for England in European Championship football penalty knockout football penalties is Gareth Southgate. So he's instilled some sort of belief in the system. Saka scored a great penalty. Ivan Toney, as I said, scored a great penalty. Cole Palmer putting him first was just genius because he is ice cold. He's got so much to prove. And it was just beautiful. It was just beautiful. England winning on penalties. I mean, you couldn't make it up. You couldn't make it up. Let's just talk about some big changes needed for the second game. Leave your comments down below on what you think should happen. But ultimately, there's a world he just keeps the same system. Maybe Shaw comes in for Trippier, who looks again limited. But I think Southgate's operating on this very limited basis that I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to approach these games. I don't know how to approach a lot of back fives. Slovenia had a back five. Serbia at points had a back five. Slovakia had a back five. Switzerland had a back five. Do you blame us? Even the Danes had a back five. He's always been playing his back fives. So on some level, do you blame him for not playing open attacking football like it's some friendly in October? On some level, no. The performances have to be better. Shaw can come in 1,000,000% for Trippier. That's the big one. But Kobbie Mainoo midfield, Declan Rice, the energy, the legs, the belief. And then Bellingham, who did his job so well. And there's just more capacity for Phil Foden to do more work. The big question has to be Harry Kane up front because it's not about quality. It's not about skill level. It's not about his experience. The big debate now for Harry Kane has to be, is he fit enough to start these games? Has he got the energy levels? He looked really fucked when he came off. He looked completely off of it when he came off, when he got battered by, I think it was Charlotte, took him out a little bit. I'm not sure who it was, but Harry Kane, that'll be the big question for him, will be, is he even fit enough to play these games? Obviously, he'll be absolutely desperate to start every single game. He'll have a lot of effort and a lot of energy in Gareth Southgate's ears to tell him that I need to be starting these games, but if he's not fit, then Ivan Toney has to come in. But you have to let me know in the comments down below about the changes going into what is a game against Turkey. And I think, again, you know, a knockout run of potentially Slovakia, Switzerland and Turkey. And even then, if not, it's the Dutch who don't have Rijkaard and Kluivert and Van Basten. It's a limited Dutch side with a limited manager that arguably people would compare Ronald Koeman to Southgate in terms of managerial acumen. I think not necessarily right, because I think Koeman's not a bad manager on his day. Not a great manager, but not a bad manager. But it's not a bad run again. And you could be facing a Spain side that have taken massive hits out of France, gone to extra time again, and a Spain side that have got Marco Correa at left back. I mean, it's not a bad run, is it? We're very lucky as England fans. Very keen to what you think in the comments down below. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Tons of European Championship content coming out. And I'll see you very, very soon.